learning how to add and subtracting polynomials. I did a couple terms for y'all to remember that will be helpful when we're learning how to add and subtract polynomials. I'll give you all a couple minutes to write these down, and then once you have them written down, we will go over them, and then we will have things for you to remember. So take a moment and write these down. Okay, the first things we have is term, a constant and a variable. Examples 2x and 3y. Like terms, two or more terms that have the same variables and exponents. The coefficients do not matter. The examples I have is negative 3x and x. The polynomial is an expression which is the sum or difference of terms. A monomial is a polynomial with one term. Example, a squared b cubed. Binomial is a polynomial with two terms. Example, x plus 6. A trinomial, a polynomial with three terms. Example, x squared plus 5x plus 6. Degree of a term, the sum of the exponents of the variables of a term. Example, the degree of 5c to the 7th and d to the 8th is 15. Standard form of polynomial, terms that are placed in descending order from largest to smallest. We will reference this in our upcoming problems. Example is 4x cubed minus x squared plus 5x minus 6. Okay, then we'll go over here to the degree of a polynomial. The largest degree of the terms of a polynomial. Example, the degree of 4x cubed minus x squared plus 5x is 6. Minus 6 is 3. Leading coefficient. The coefficient of the first term of a polynomial written in standard form. Example, the leading coefficient of 4x cubed minus x squared plus 5x minus 6 is 4. Here I have some things for you to remember. Variables and exponents must be exactly alike. Combine only the coefficients. Exponents stay the same. Distribute negative signs to all terms inside of the parentheses. Make sure to put expressions in standard form. You can add these two terms. 2x squared plus 4x squared will give me 6x squared. Do you see how the exponents stay the same? This expression you cannot do. 2x squared plus 3x because they are not like terms. So please do not write it this way. It cannot be added. I'm going to erase this. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is add. I'm going to move this over here so you all be able to see it more. So for the first problem we have is 7 plus 2x minus 4x squared plus negative 3x plus x squared minus 5. Okay, so what it is not in is in standard form. So I'm going to put it in standard form, but I'm going to do it using the vertical way. So what I will do is negative 4x squared plus 2x plus 7. Then I'll come to the second one and do 1x squared, because when x squared is just by itself, it's known to have a 1 in front of it, minus 3x minus 5. All right, so what I will do is negative 3x squared minus x plus 3. And this is how you get your answer in vertical form. All right, this is how the answer will come out in your vertical form. And what I like to do when we're doing horizontal form, I like to go ahead and underline my terms once I have them in standard form. which is like this, the same way. Parentheses, negative 4x squared plus 2x plus 7 plus 1x squared minus 3x minus 5. Let me make that clear so you don't think that's a negative. It's 1. All right, so I like to do something like this. So I'll never leave anything out. So as we did using the vertical way, I will take these two, so that will give me negative 3x squared minus x plus 3. It's just the same way. It's the same answer, just a different way. All right, so now we'll move on to another one. I'm going to erase some of this. Okay, let's move on to our next problem. I'll do it in a different color this time. We have problem 8x minus 9 plus 2x squared, parentheses, plus 1 plus x minus 6x squared. So don't forget, we're going to put it in standard form. And for standard form, we're going to do we're going to do 2x squared plus 8x minus 9 plus negative 6x squared plus x plus 1. All right, so then I'm going to look at my like terms, and I'm going to do my underlining. This helps me. You don't have to do it this way, but I do. All right, so then I'm just going to do like we did before. I'm going to take 2x squared minus 6x squared, and that's going to become 4x squared. And then I'm going to have my plus, because that's a plus, and I'm going to have 8x plus x. We know that in front of the x is a 1, and that's going to make it 9x. And then I'm going to have my minus sign, because negative 9 plus 1 will give me negative 8. And this will be our answer. It's the same way, but I just did it in horizontal form. All right. So I showed you some of the adding. Let me show you some subtracting. And if you all have any questions, please raise your hand and ask me. Okay, when we're doing subtraction, remember subtraction is the same as adding the opposite. For example, 5 minus 3 is equal to. So this is the same as 5 negative 3 equals what? 2. This is important to keep in mind as we go along with doing our subtraction. All right, so let's get our next problem. Our next problem is negative x plus 2x squared minus 3x squared plus 7x minus 2. If we want to put that, we're going to put that in standard form. We're going to go 2x squared minus x minus 3x squared plus 7x minus 2. All right, so then we're just going to do our numbers. We're going to add our numbers. For this one, we don't have as many to do, so we're just going to do our like terms. 1 by that one, 2 by this one, and the 2 gets to be by itself. So we're going to do 2x squared minus 3x squared will give us negative 1x squared minus 8x plus 2. And this is also in horizontal form. So it's the same thing. Sometimes your signs may change. This is going to be a minus instead of a plus. That's the only thing different. So we will do the same problem in horizontal form. Let me erase this. So our next problem is going to be the same but in horizontal. It'll be negative 1x plus 2x squared minus 3x squared minus 7x plus 2. So we're going to do it horizontal. We're going to find our like terms and put our lines under them. And don't forget our 2 is by itself because we don't have anything going with it. So we'll do negative 1x squared minus 8x plus 2. We got the same exact answer we got the last time. We just did it horizontally. So are there any questions? Understanding this. So in your notebooks, I look to see these notes because it will help you when you're adding and subtracting your polynomials. And if you don't understand, please raise your hand and I will be able to help you one-on-one. But if everybody has everything they need and everybody understands it, I'm going to give you a one to do by yourself. And this one is 7 plus 2x minus 4x squared, parentheses, plus negative 3x plus x squared minus 5. When y'all have this one, raise your hand and we can work it together. But for now, the lesson is done. Thank you.